but you might as well hang out and listen to some kick-ass music.
The best, you got the best. You're listening to Bumpskey.
It is time for the Bumpskey Show. What's up? What's up, everybody? How you doing? Thanks for being here. I hope you're ready to chill, relax, listen to some great music, think about peace and love and all the good things in the world. Forget about all the shitty things in the world. Just relax and take it easy. No judgment, no violence. Do I get upset? Yeah, I get upset. I don't get violent, though. People get upset. Everything's not great. Trust me, everything is not great. I can tell you that. I know, man. I work a job just like you. I struggle every day just like you. And I'm here doing a show every day. A little therapy session. So before I came on the air tonight, I said, Bumpskey, what do you want to hear? And she said, you know what I want to hear. I want to know where my soldier's at, Jerry. I said, good question, Bumpskey. Where are your soldiers at? So this is for all the soldiers of peace and love and caring. Where you at? Where you at? The bullfrogs. Bullfrogs on the Bumpskey Show. Where my soldiers at?
All right, it's time. When we're stepping in a new millennium, and now we're setting it from lighter skin to melanin. My clique holds it. You contemplate about this earth while our minds control it. Take notice, I wave my flag for all MCs to see and proclaim the airwaves the property of supremacy. Hope monopolies for centuries, sending our enemies to cemeteries just because evidentally they mention we don't cop a plea, cause I ain't the DA. Don't look at me when you're talking all this shit that you say. I think you best to step back if you think that's okay. My ally force clique just thinks it's better off that way. So all my people on the right, I'm gonna make it safe. And all my people on the left, I wanna hear you say. And all my non-peaceful people make me wanna say, nah, forget that. Where my soldiers at? 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 Hey yo, where Long Island at? The battle's on, kid, and we are the warriors. The law and order is crossing your borders, living glorious. I'm going in, so cover me. No more living comfortably, blowing up so suddenly. Glory to the company. Left, right, left. As my battalion march to death, taking our last breath. Never let rest, protect the home nest. Birds of a common kin, victorious again with liberty and justice plus corruption laced with sin. So let me start at the end where I begin. Holding up front lines with peace signs and double deuce twins. All my soldiers in the front, throw your hands like you don't care. And sound off like you got a pair. Where my soldiers at? 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 One more time again, Armageddon. Now we're stepping in a new millennium, and now we're setting it from lighter skin to melanin. My click holds it. You contemplate about this earth while I'm on control it. Take notice, I'll wave my flag for all MCs to see and proclaim the airwaves the property of supremacy. Hold monopolies for centuries, sending our enemies to cemeteries just because evidentally they mentioned we don't cop a plea, cause I ain't the DA. Don't look at me when you talking all that shit that you say. I think you best to step back if you think that's okay. My ally force click just thinks it's better off that way. So all my people on the right just make me wanna say, and all my people on the left I wanna hear you say, and all my non-peaceful people make me wanna say, nah, forget that, forget that. Where my soldiers at? 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 Yo, where Long Island at? Make it right, left, right as we party all night. Keep it left, right, left as you march to your death. Keep it right, left, right as we party all night. Make it left, right, left as you march to your death. Keep it right, left, right as we party all night. Make it left, right, left as you march to your death. Keep it right, left, right. Make it left, right, left. Keep it right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Where my soldiers at? 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 Where my soldiers at?
Fake soldier. This one's dedicated to Sabu Billy. RC2 Supremacy Allied Force Plate Cloud.com.
Right, so that's Where My Soldiers At. And this is Avalon Stone.
Is this how you get your point across? It's getting late and our eyes are lost. Towering over me, my control is lost. Now I'll give in to my thoughts. Your words are bullets and tears are mine. And this happens every time. Your throat starts to hurt and my cheeks shine. And when you yell, you are shaking me up, waking me up, waking me up. You're shaking me up, shaking me up, waking me up. You're waking me up, you're shaking me up. No sense in putting a face to the cause, 'cause honey, we've both got our flaws. When you get loud, I'll bring out my claws. Our egos just ain't worth the cost. Your words are bullets and tears are mine. And this happens every time. Your throat starts to hurt and my cheeks shine. And when you yell, you are shaking me up, waking me up, breaking me up. You're shaking me up, shaking me up, waking me up. You're waking me up, you're shaking me up. You're shaking me up. Yeah, yeah. Your words are bullets and tears are mine. And this happens every time. Your throat starts to hurt and my cheeks shine. And when you yell, you are shaking me up, waking me up, breaking me up. You're shaking me up, shaking me up, waking me up. You're waking me up, you're shaking me up, shaking me up, waking me up, breaking me up. You're shaking me up, yeah, you're shaking me up.
Avalon Stone. From Canada, eh? Shaking Me Up. Bullfrogs from Long Island. Long Island. Bullfrogs. And they did Where My Soldiers At. We've been asking that for 24 years. Where are our soldiers at? Where are my soldiers at? I don't know. We're still looking. We're still searching. All right. What do you say we do? That's interesting. That's interesting. Let's see. Music. M. Ah, there is more there. I don't know how that happened. That confused me a little bit. All right, what do you say we do some Yeah, why not, Jerry? Why not, Jerry? Okay, so let's do live from Casey O'Toole's. And I think I'm going to do... Let's do Soldier. Soldier Live. How's that? So this is And from the collection. Actually, they did release this as an album. We manufactured it for the band. But they actually offered it at concerts, at shows, not really concerts, but at shows, back in 2000. So they recorded a show and released it, and that's kind of what we thought that we could help bands do, is help them release their music, get their music out there. And the show was just like a part of that. And here we are. Here we are 24 years later. Imagine that. Imagine that. They all laughed at me. They said, Jerry, you're not going to last a week. Oh, well, since we asked where our soldiers at, this goes out to any soldier out there that gave the ultimate sacrifice, families of soldiers that have given the ultimate sacrifice, just remembering soldiers. And this is the band. That's right.
Steve. Soldier.
came in the mail today. Mother falls down to her knees, starts to pray. Says, son, I'll send you off to war. My father, he stands right next to me. He says, son, don't you worry, we'll send you off to Canada, where you will be free. Mom and Dad look at me, I'm crying in my sleep. All these tears, anxiety is stripping me to this place they call hell. Lord, Lord, free my soul. I don't want to die here. I'm way too young. Lord showed up on Normandy Beach. All these innocent hands reaching out for someone to help them get by. Innocent comrade falls to his feet. Oh, what's the difference? All you get is this defeat of hell. Lord, help me. I don't wanna die, I'm way too young. They put me here, waiting. Bombs and bullets, people fighting, dying everywhere. Lord, Lord, free my soul. I don't want to die here. I'm way too young. Too young. Too young. Too young. Something that touches me, angels all around. All this silence, bullet gun wounds to the ground. As the sand starts to turn red. Look at my brother, he's laying in his rest. All these innocent soldiers fighting for the government. As they smoke their long, long, free my soul. I don't want to die. I'm way too young. Long, long, free. I don't need to.
right, so that's Soldier live from Casey O'Toole's, probably recorded way back in 1999. Soldier. All right, this is the Age of Truth. This is called sun came out today, baby.
Apparently I had the mic stand backwards the whole time. I apologize.
So, I think it's, Bumpskey came in and said, Salome. I think it's Salome. Who knows? Those guys are crazy. The Age of Truth, now known as Ages. And playing in Philadelphia, so check them out. And Smartsworth. And places like that. In Philly. Salome. Or Salome. Or Salami. I don't know. You figure it out. You let me know. Here she comes.
Jerry, go back to salami.
Salami?
Yeah, because
Okay.
it's
Salami? Salome.
Salome.
Salome. Salami.
I like salami better.
Salome. There you go. Salome. Whatever way you want to say it, it's a good song, so it doesn't matter. Whatever you want to say, it's all good. Salami. Hey, I was watching TV today, and I saw a commercial for psoriasis. And I was thinking to myself, at the end of the commercial, they go through all the things. This can cause cancer. You might be liable to get infections more. It could damage your liver. A whole list. Almost longer than the actual commercial itself, which is impossible. But the majority of the commercial was listing the side effects of this drug. And some of them lethal. You know, we're not talking about like minor things. We're talking about if your throat swells up, you could have a heart attack. You could have a stroke. Could give you cancer. All these things. And they only play these drug commercials on TV. So you go to your doctor and go, oh, look, I have psoriasis. Can you prescribe this drug to me? Because you've been bombarded with the commercial like 9 million times a day. I can't tell you how many drug commercials are on TV. Yet, you can't have beer commercials and you can't have cigarette commercials. Where's the mentality behind that? I don't understand it. You'd have to explain it to me. You can play commercials for drugs that you can't even buy without a doctor's prescription. So you actually have to go to the doctors and request the drug. Why are they even on TV? I don't understand. And then you get these big places like Rite Aid and CVS. I don't know. Think of a big, like, drug place where you live. Walmart, all these places. They won't sell cigarettes, but they'll sell drugs that'll give you a heart attack, strokes, swell your mouth closed, your throat closed, cancer. That they'll sell you, but they won't sell you cigarettes or weed. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. I smell conspiracy here. What do you think's up with that? I don't know. Seems a little strange to me, though. Seems a little strange. What are you going to do, right? And I saw another thing in the news, and, you know, I'm struggling, man. I'm struggling like you're struggling. We're all struggling. And it was like millions of students will see their credit score go down because I guess Trump signed something where they got to pay their student loans back, and they were being forgiven for a while. And hey, I had to borrow money when I didn't have any money, and I'm going to pay for that for a long, long time. And I pay it every month. I'm out there hustling and figuring out how to pay it every month. If you took out a student loan, I mean, you should have to pay it back. Sorry, we're all struggling. We're all struggling. That's why I didn't go to college, because I couldn't afford it. I knew I couldn't afford it. So I think that's fair. I think if you took a loan and your credit score is going down because you didn't pay it back, I think that's fair. Do I think it's good? No, it sucks. But we're all struggling together. So if it happens to me, if I don't pay my credit card bill, it's going to affect my credit score. So if you don't pay your bill, it should affect your credit score. A lot of people just went to college just because they could get loans and they knew they weren't going to have to pay them back. How is that helping the country in any way, shape, or form? It isn't. I knew somebody who was on Medicaid where they would call him and go, hey, you know, Medicaid says you're eligible for a wheelchair, and this guy could walk fine. And he was like, okay, yeah, send me the wheelchair. Oh, Medicaid says it's okay for you to get oxygen. And the guy had breathing issues, but never to the point where he needed oxygen. Yeah, give me the oxygen. Hey, you know, Medicare says you can have this. Okay. So just because you can get something doesn't mean you should take it. Somebody's paying for it. If you're not paying for it, somebody's paying for it. Do you know of anything that's just for free, that people just give away for free? I don't. I don't know of anything that people just go, here you go, no strings attached. It just doesn't happen. All right, let's do some Dave Haywood. I haven't heard Dave in a while, so I'm up for some Dave. Should we do... Let's do some classic Dave Haywood. This is Dave Haywood live from... What's the place again? Oh, Company B's in Ramsey, New Jersey. And the name of this song is going to be Lost. Dave Haywood, live, Company B's.
It's a song from our next forthcoming album called Lost.
Walk 1,000 miles to find it life goes on. Lost on confidence, memories are gone. Standing at my tail, eyes that cannot see. All that I had left inside is reality.
This is very small.
Dave Haywood.
Yeah.
Battle of the Bands, Company B's. Losing band, Dave Haywood. All right, this is Lorraine Farrow.
1, 2, 3, hike! Yeah!
Piece of Myself.
I shared with you everything I owned. I shared my heart, my soul, my spirit, and my home. I tried to help you escape from hell, give you my courage and see you do well. You said I helped you believe in yourself. So when you're gonna let it in, I gave you every little piece of myself, till there was nothing left to give, and still I gave you every little piece of myself. But it didn't bring you joy, and it didn't stop the pain. And then I ran out of excuses, and I had to face the truth, that there ain't nothing I can do about, nothing I can do about, nothing I can do about loving you. It helped to hear you say it wasn't me. When you lost me, you lost yourself, you lost your destiny. I can't stop wishing you could be saved. I can't stop wishing that you'd be brave. But you won't stop hiding in your cave, running from the light of day. I gave you every little piece of myself, till there was nothing left to give, and still I gave you every little piece of myself. But it didn't bring you joy, and it didn't stop the pain. And then I ran out of excuses, and I had to face the truth, that there ain't nothing I can do about, nothing I can do about, nothing I can do about loving you. The sirens blow off for you, in my soul for you. Yeah, I run for you, and I sigh for you. Staying away has taken all of my self-control. Yeah, I miss you, baby, but it's quiet here today. I miss you, baby, and it's gonna stay that way. 'Cause dying for you is surely taking its toll. I gave you every little piece of myself, till there was nothing left to give, and still I gave you every little piece of myself. But it didn't bring joy, and it didn't stop the pain. And then I ran excuses, and I had to face the truth that there ain't nothing I can do about, 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 nothing I can do about loving you.
Lorraine Farrow, Piece of Myself. It's time for some peace and love and rock and roll. This is Twin Flames Radio. Go to bamtasticsilver.com, bamtasticsilver.com, and check out Twin Flames Radio.
So you wanna be a star, baby? Let them all know who you are. And when the lights are flashing on your silver limousine, don't let them steal your soul. And why'd you hide behind your scars, baby? They ain't really who you are. Now the waves are crashing down around your broken dreams. Who's gonna light your way? Peace and love and rock and roll, it's the only way to go. Good for your heart, it's good for your soul. Peace and love and rock and roll. If the pain is too unkind, maybe you could try and numb your mind. When the lights are flashing on your silver limousine, don't let them steal your soul. Peace and love and rock and roll, it's the only way to go. Good for your heart, it's good for your soul. Peace and love and rock and roll. Peace and love and rock and roll, it's the only way to go. Good for your heart, it's good for your soul. Peace and love and rock and roll. And risk it all on the heartache, and you can't win if you don't So you wanna be a star, baby? Let them all know who you are. When the lights are flashing on your silver limousine, don't let them steal your soul. Peace and love and rock and roll, it's the only way to go. Good for your heart, it's good for your soul. Peace and love and rock and roll. Peace and love and rock and roll, it's the only way to go. Good for your heart, it's good for
rock and roll. That's Twin Flames Radio. You can find them at bamtasticsilver.com. Bamtasticsilver.com. That's Twin Flames Radio. Also check out the jewelry and bubble and all the cool stuff over at bamtasticsilver.com. Nice, Jerry. Nicely done. Thank you. Thank you very much. Seemed like a pretty good therapy session, huh? I liked it. I hope you liked it. Wasn't too preachy tonight, I don't think. I think I kept it pretty mellow. Nobody hanging with me in the chat room tonight, so I hope my my chat room buddy is okay. And he gets to watch this later broadcast. That's the cool thing about the show. If you'd like, you can listen live. Most nights I'm either 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which is New York City time. And if you don't listen live, you can listen whenever you want. The best way to find out when I'm going to be live is to go to YouTube and subscribe and click on the reminder bell, and it should remind you when I'm going live. Just so happens the next show, the next live show, will be at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So, once again, if you want to check out the live shows, 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for tomorrow. Mañana. As long as God graces me with the ability to do this, I'll be here. So, it's all up to God. Don't forget, be good to each other, take care of each other, love each other, respect each other. If you can't do all those things at once, start with respect. Then once you respect somebody, you might care about them. And once you care about them, if they need help, you might take care of them. And if you take care of them over an extended period of time, you might learn to love them. Oh my, Jerry. Yes, and not in a physical way, but maybe in a physical way, but in the way that one human being loves another human being. I remember those days. There was days where people showed love for each other like you wouldn't believe. They told each other the truth. They helped each other. Oh, it was scary. Very scary. People hitchhiking, getting rides from strangers without paying. Pre-Uber, DoorDash, Lyft. You would just see someone walking on the side of the road. You pull up to them and go, "Hey, you want a ride?" And that would be it. No charging them for it. It was called helping your neighbor out with a ride. Now they got a Lyft or Uber, or it's ridiculous. We're a bunch of money-grubbing, slimy slugs. That's what we are, because we're all from a slug, right? We're all from some one-celled creature that got washed ashore. So we're all a bunch of slimy slugs now. We've gone back to our roots. I don't believe that, though. I don't believe that whole Darwinism stuff. I believe in God. But there are people that think we started out as slugs, so look, now we're back to slugs. Sluggo. What's up, Sluggo? Alright, forget it, Jerry. Thank you for checking out the show. I appreciate it. Bands appreciate it, too. Even though I don't really hear from any of them, I'm sure they appreciate it. Trust me on that. God willing, I'll be here tomorrow night. Peace, everybody. Peace, 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 peace to all my friends. Peace, peace. And always remember and never forget.
Get busy living or get busy dying. That's goddamn right.
If you could stand for our national anthem, that would be fantastic. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave? God bless the USA.